Hey guys, it's me, Castle Perfect here, and what you're seeing on the screen is me recording a new Wi-Fi battle match against some guy. You know what? I have battled this guy before, and I don't feel like pronouncing his name because I tend to have a hard time pronouncing his name. Also the reason for why I'm not recording this video on my PC and instead using my HD camera is because I lost the SD card reader, so I don't know where that thing is, so I'm pretty much forced to record my videos like this until I find it or until I buy another one. So, well, anyways guys, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to lead her with my Shelter as he's going to lead her with his Mario, aka Probo Pass. I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks instead of the Earthquake because, I mean, the Earthquake was a little bit predictable at this point, and I'm pretty sure that this Probo Pass has the ability Sturdy, which is going to allow him to leave with 1 HP, even though I hit him with a 4x super effective attack. So rather than going for a Earthquake, I set up my rocks and I predict the switch because I knew that he was predicting the Earthquake as well. So I go for the lead seed instead. I actually get the lead seed on his Mystery, aka Driftling. The Stealth Rocks also do a little bit of damage on that Driftling, which is great. Now at this point I decided to predict the Shadow Ball because I didn't really think of anything else that the Driftling could go for. But to my surprise, he will use a move that I did not expect. But anyways, now that I have Rampage in my field, he's going to go for the Substitute rather than going for the Shadow Ball that I did anticipated before. Now, Toxic Orb gets activated, and Poison Boost ability of Zangoose also gets activated, which gives me a 50% attack boost, which is amazing. And at this point, since his Driftling is actually leech seeded, I am going to go for a Protect just to stall a little bit. And get him a little bit lower on the HP side. He's going to go for something else, which is not going to be a Shadow Ball, and I think that the only thing on my team that can basically sponge whatever this guy's about to throw at me is going to be Stank. He goes for an Acrobatics though, which is also boosted by the Flying Gem, and it's stabbed as well, and yeah, it's a pretty powerful move, and it does more than 50% damage on my Stank, which is a shame, but the lead seed is going to bring the Driftling down to a point where whenever he decides to switch out or not, he's going to die to Stealth Rocks anyways. So if I was judging by the amount of HP that he had left, I was like, I really need to take down this guy immediately, so I'm just going all offensive. I go for the Flamethrower though, and he pulls off a switch and goes out into his Chimecho, which is fine by me because I do a little bit of damage on that thing as well. Now, I faced this guy before, and I know that his Chimecho last time had Signal Beam, so I did predict the Psychic because, I mean, that's common knowledge. I mean, it's Psychic-type Pokemon against a Poison-type Pokemon, so going for the Psychic, I mean, it was just self-explanatory, but he goes for the Wish instead, which is good. It's good in a way because he did predict the switch or whatever he was predicting. It worked out in his favor. So I go for the Sucker Punch, predicting the Signal Beam that I got hit with last time. And I go for the Sucker Punch, and now to my surprise he goes for the Toxic, and it looks like he has changed his team a little bit, and his Chimecho is actually a Toxic stalling bitch, which he's gonna try to pull off all the time in this match, but it's not going to work too much as well. So what's going to happen here is going to go for the Protect. I do predict the Protect and go out into my Zangoose as he goes for the Protect one more time to see what I'm going to lock myself into, or basically just what move I am going to use, because I cannot lock myself into anything since I don't have any choice item held to Zangoose. So Facade is not really going to hit that guy, and even though I know that he has Driftling left on his team, I know that the Stealth Rocks will be enough to actually take down that guy, whether he decides to switch him into or he does not decide to do it. Whatever was the case, that Driftling goes down, which is great. Now, he's going to bring out his Mario, which is going to be his Probo Pass, and one thing he did not see coming is the 4x super effective close combat to the face that I just gave him, and that is going to be a one-hit KO because of the fact that his ability does not longer work, which is sturdy, because of the Stealth Rocks that I set up on the first turn against this guy. And his Probo Pass is going to go down, and things are looking pretty good to... things are going the way that I wanted them to. So the Toxic is doing a lot of damage, and at this point I know that it is basically self-explanatory that he would bring out his Chimecho to go for the Protect and just stall that last turn of Poison so that my Zangoose goes down. But instead of going for the Protect that I did predict, he goes for a Toxic predicting my switch, and that was an excellent move on his part. Had I stayed in and gone for the Facade, I would have taken down that Chimecho, but he pulls off a very good move and goes for the Toxic. Now, as you can see, I bring out my Charizard, which gets completely annihilated by the Stealth Rocks, gets 50% off, which is good in most cases whenever you're buying something in real life, but not when we're talking about HP. So he goes for the Protect as I tried to go for a Will-O-Wisp, which is good because, I mean, I could go for the Flamethrower, but knowing that this Chimecho can pretty much regenerate his health with the Wish Protect stalling stuff, I might as well just get some residual damage going for the Will-O-Wisp. I think it's a better choice. However, I did not calculate this match so far that I could like tell you exactly what would happen in like 3 or 4 turns, but I definitely thought that the best choice to go with would be Will-O-Wisp, and so did I. Well, anyways, I am basically getting damaged a lot by the poison, and he's still stalling for turns because of Protect. I went for the Flamethrower there, but it obviously didn't work because of the fact that it goes for the Protect. Now Toxic is going to take me out on this turn, which is unfortunate. Now I can basically bring out something to revenge kill this Chimecho or basically scare him out. Now, I think that the best thing to send out at this point would be Shelterra, because had I sent out my Zangoose, he wouldn't leave too long to tell the tale, because my opponent would most likely go for the Protect, and Toxic would have taken me out, especially because I will get damaged by Stealth Rocks whenever I switch him in the field, so that's not a good choice. So I go out into my Shelterra and go for the Wood Hammer. I was crossing my fingers and hoping that the Wood Hammer would do enough damage to the point where Burn would take him down. Now, I was really happy about the damage that I did, but then I forgot that he has Leftovers, and I was like, oh wait, Leftovers actually goes first. It goes first. I mean, Burn goes afterwards. So Leftovers managed to, well, that Chimecho, you know, managed to recover enough HP with the Leftovers to a point where he can leave one more turn of Burn, which is a shame. Now, the reason being for why I go for Earthquake on this turn is because I was rather predicting a switch or something like that, of him predicting another Wood Hammer or something like that. However, whatever was the case, I was definitely sure that or he would switch out or he would just go for a Protect, but either way, he would go down because of the Burn, so I wasn't really afraid of anything. So he goes down, Chimecho is out of the way, he brings out his Kingler, and at this point I'm like, well, I don't think that a Crab Hammer can take me out. But one thing I did forget in this match was that Kingler can learn X-Scissor, and that took me by surprise so much that I actually got almost a heart attack later. I was like, holy crap, wait a second, this guy is such a beast. But then I realized, had I switched out into Muk, I mean, that X-Scissor wouldn't have done anything, because as you can see, his Kingler is not joiced in some way. So it's basically a Swords Dance set. So he goes for the Swords Dance. I have no idea why. He's basically underestimating my Muk. So that is going to be his biggest mistake in this match, underestimating Muk, because I ended up hitting him with a Thunder Punch, getting the paralyzation, very lucky on my part, and now I've become faster than the Kingler himself, and I hit him another time with a Thunder Punch to take him out. Now, I'm basically at full HP, which is kind of funny because that Kingler did not get to do anything against him. So he's going to bring in his Stoutland, I believe it's called, and his nickname is kind of funny, Rusher. It's a really cool name. So he's going to go for the return, which does not do that much damage at all. I did expect that return to do about 70% or something like that, but then I realized that after he told me he's Choice Banded, I realized that the happiness of that Stoutland is not maximized, therefore return is not as strong as it should be. So that's a mistake that he also made while building his team. He should have maximized the happiness of that Pokemon before using it on a Wi-Fi battleground. So however, he pulls a switch into his Magmar as I go for the Gunk Shot, and I take him out immediately. One hit KO. That was an awesome move there. That was a very, very epic stuff. So he's going to bring out his Rusher one more time, and he's going to go for the Wild Charge, which does, to my surprise, more damage than return. But once again, guys, if the happiness of your Pokemon is not maximized, you know, return is not going to be that great of a move. So I actually go for the Gunk Shot. I do get a critical hit in the end. I have no idea if that mattered or not, but whatever was the case, I was still able to send out something else to revenge kill him anyway. So that was a very good game. I thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you don't mind too much the way that I recorded this video. I have no other no other opportunity, or whatever you want to call it, to record my videos, so I'm doing it this way. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, rate, and subscribe. And you sexy people, take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.